everyone, Wayne from the CERN and Earth and Space Center here. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the cool and interesting things you can find in the sky during this month of May in 2022. So without any further ado, let's jump right into Stellarium, our sky simulator software, and take a look at what we can find out there. So here we are, standing in front of the CERN and Earth and Space Center on the campus of Triton College in River Grove, Illinois. We have our date set for May 15th, which is right in the middle of the month, which should give you a good idea of the stars that you'll be able to find throughout the month of May. We have our time set for 10 o'clock in the evening, which is a couple hours after sunset, which is the best time to go out and take a look because that's when the sky will be nice and dark and you'll be able to see all the stars that you're going to see. As we're looking towards the west, we can see some bright stars right over the CERN and Earth and Space Center here. And those are the last vestiges of our wintertime stars. So most of them have already set now that we are well into springtime and getting close to summertime. But you can still, at 10 o'clock, make out the shape of Gemini with the twin stars, Pollux and Castor, up there. So you can still catch just the last glimpse of the Gemini twins towards the west this evening. But they'll disappear soon enough. And as we turn around to look at some other cool stuff, higher up in the sky we have Leo the Lion is going to be quite visible, heading towards the west as well. He'll be visible for a little while longer. You'll be able to see him throughout the rest of the spring and into the early summertime. But then Leo will set as well. And if we continue our way across, looking almost directly towards the south and a little bit higher up in the sky, we have a nice bright star here called Spica, which is in the constellation of Virgo the Maiden. Looks kind of like a giant space slug up there, but it's supposed to be a beautiful woman. And then a little bit higher up from that, we have another bright star, Arcturus, which is part of Boötes the Herdsman, which I always like to think of as an ice cream cone or a milkshake, especially as we head into these hot summer days. And then as we continue our way looking across the sky towards the west, we are starting to have some of our summertime stars just start to get visible. We have the bright star Vega in the constellation of Lyra the Harp, which is the first point of our summer triangle, is just starting to rise up out of the west, or excuse me, out of the east. And it'll become more and more visible as we get deeper and deeper into the summer, and we'll start to see the rest of that summer triangle rising up as well. But there is something very cool and very interesting happening right now on May 15th that I want to point out to you, and that is the moon. So we could see a nice bright moon here, but as we zoom in to that moon, we'll notice it looks a little bit different, not quite as bright as you might expect. In fact, half of it is in shadow, and that's because we are heading right into a lunar eclipse. On this evening of May 15th, there will be a total lunar eclipse. You'll start to be able to see it a little bit before 10 o'clock as the moon is rising up out of the east, and will be getting more and more visible as that night goes on. So we're going to fast forward our time to about 11 o'clock. Let's zoom out here. We see it does still look somewhat bright. We're going to jump forward an hour, and we'll see the moon gets very dim all of a sudden, just jumping forward that 1 hour. And if we zoom into the moon now, we'll see that it looks completely different. It's very deep red in color. It's not as bright as it was, and that is because the moon has moved completely behind the Earth's shadow from the sun, and it is blocked from direct sunlight. So this is not that rare of an occurrence, but it is rare for when a total lunar eclipse can happen right where you're at. So it does happen quite frequently around the world, and so you can spot them pretty regularly a couple times throughout the year, but you might not be able to catch it all the time. Sometimes the moon's not quite visible enough for us to see those. So May 15th is going to be the best day to go out and take a look because it's going to be early in the evening, and it'll last for quite a while. As we jump forward again in time here, we will, whoops, wrong window there, jump forward to midnight, and we'll move over, and we'll see it's still mostly in the Earth's shadow. We're starting to get a little bit of that moonlight back. And then jumping forward once more to 1 o'clock, now we are back to our regular bright full moon. So throughout the evening of May 15th, get out there and take a look at the moon, or come here and take a look. We're going to have a cool event about that. So please come and see us and take a look at a really cool event that is happening on May 15th. Well, thank you everyone for joining me again. My name is Wayne here at the CERN Earth and Space Center. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. And for that fantastic total lunar eclipse that will be happening here in this area on May 15th, we will be hosting a special event. So please come by and see us for that. You can find more information on our sky viewing event on our website, which is in the description. So we hope to see you there. But if you can't come and see us, that's okay too. Just remember, get out there and take a look at your nighttime skies.